So hi, hello, welcome back. I'm Sabrina and today we are gonna do a tier ranking of popular book tropes. Okay, so I have my little thingy here. I'm gonna pop it up on the screen. Today I'm gonna be doing a tier ranking of popular book tropes, mainly book tropes that you'd probably see in fantasy, as that is my favorite trope. First of all, I wanna say, obviously this is not my idea. I think half of BookTube has done this. I don't know who came up with it first, but it wasn't me, that's for sure. Second of all, I wanna do this because obviously I'm pretty new to the BookTube scene. My YouTube channel is not that old. It's like, I have like 10 videos. So I thought I would do this so that people would know what my favorite tropes are, what my thing is in books, because then when they see my recommendations, they know if they have similar reading tastes. Because like, if one of these tropes is my favorite tropes and you hate it, you're probably not gonna like the books that I rate 5 stars. Or if one of the books I rate 0 stars has one of my least favorite tropes, but that's your favorite trope, then you might like it. So I thought this would be helpful to let people know what my reading taste is so that they can better use that information to judge which recommendations of mine they should take and which ones they should just regard as irrelevant. So I have my tiers made. Let's go through each of the tiers and what they signify. Let's start at the bottom. So first trope here, we have the literal scum of the earth. These are tropes that I hate. I will stop reading a book if this happens. I will refuse to begin reading the book if I know this trope is gonna be in it. I despise it, I hate it, it ruins it automatically for me. I literally hate this trope. Like, that's what the scum of the earth is. Then we have no thank you. These are tropes that I prefer not to have. Like, I'd really appreciate it if they would stay away. But if it has one of my favorite tropes, I will consider reading it. The middle one is just participation award. So this one is like, I don't really care. It can be there if it wants, but also if it's not, I won't mind. But if it is, that's cool. So they're kind of just neutral ground. Then the second to top is oh sweet heavens. When these tropes come up, you better bet your girl's excited. I get excited. I'm ready for it. I want that. This really gets me like excited to read a book. And then finally we have God tier. God tier. I mean, obviously you already know what this is. This is like the absolute holy grail, best tropes there are. I will drop everything for this trope. Probably gonna rate the book 5 out of 5. Incredible, show-stopping, fantastic, phenomenal, couldn't be better. These are my rankings. And then I have 30 tropes that I made up. I mean, I didn't make them up. Obviously they're popular book tropes, but they're 30 that I could think of and that I typed into my computer. The colors mean absolutely nothing. I needed to give them a color because that's how the website worked, so I picked these colors. Okay, so let's get started on the tier rankings. I'm probably gonna go through them pretty quickly because otherwise this video is gonna be about 50 minutes long. So let's get started. Bully turned nice. I'm gonna put that in no thank you. I don't really like it. I don't really like it. For me, it's always, you said the most vile, disgusting things to this person and now they're in love with you. Like, what is that? What is that? Like, I get it, you've changed or whatever, but like, if someone bullied me for years and now they're suddenly nice to me, I'd be like, great, thanks, but back off. I'm not dating you. You were a dick to me for years. But I mean, maybe that's just me. Especially when the person is already into the person when they're bullying them. Like, say the guy is bullying the girl, and even when he's bullying her, she's still like, oh my god, he's so cute and I love him, but he hates me. What? He's bullying you. Why do you like him? He literally is so rude to you and you're gonna like him? But yeah, so I'm not into that trope. No thank you. But it's not the worst thing on the planet. There are worse things. I know there are worse things because I made this list and they're coming in a minute. All right, so next one. Workplace romance, for me, is just participation award. It doesn't do anything for me, but it also doesn't take anything away. The only time I don't like a workplace romance is when they make it like a huge deal that they're, I guess that's the whole point of it, but when they make it like a huge deal that like they can't be together because they're colleagues and it's unprofessional, I feel like that happens a lot, does it not, in real life, that like you date your colleagues? Like, that's where you meet people when you're an adult. Is it a little unprofessional if it's like a CEO dating a secretary? Yes, because then there's a power play, but if you're just colleagues on the same level, I don't see the issue. So for me, that one is just mediocre. I'm not gonna pick a book because it's workplace romance, but I also won't not read it because it is. Dramatic confessions. Dramatic confession. Okay, no. Dramatic Confessions is God tier. Dramatic Confessions is so freaking good. I'm imagining like the characters are standing in the rain and then they're fighting and they're just like, I love you, you idiot. Yeah, oh yeah, you get the vibe. Incredible, incredible. Like, I love it. It's amazing. It's so satisfying. It's so satisfying. If it's a slow burn and that's how they figure it out, like, you've been waiting for the characters to say it and it comes out like that, oh, it's so satisfying. But it has to be a good confession. Good, but that's why it's a dramatic confession. Usually they're good. Okay, good boy, ex bad girl. I think, again, just participation award. This doesn't really do much for me. I like that it's probably a little bit different than the cliche of like bad boy, good girl. I think it's just because I'm not necessarily a bad girl. That sounds really odd, but I mean, like, I'm not rebellious, I'm not that type of stuff, so I can't really relate, and it doesn't really, but it is fun occasionally. But again, nothing special, nothing great, just a participation award. Okay, found family. Found family is oh sweet heavens. I love found family, but who doesn't love found family? Like, I feel like there's not a single soul on this planet who would say that found family is not a good book trope. It's great. I mean, obviously it makes me think of the ACOTAR series, incredible. I love found family. Found family is good. I love it. It's cute, but it's not God tier because I don't know why, but it's just not, you know? I didn't get that vibe from it, so it's not. Next up, Forbidden Love. I'm conflicted. Okay, no, Forbidden Love, I think I'm just gonna put it in participation award. This is so cool. This thing is gonna form a normal, I don't know why I'm showing you as if I'm not gonna put it on the screen. It's showing a normal distribution. It's gonna be a normal distribution. That's kind of fun. But anyway, Forbidden Love goes in participation award. For me, it's not my favorite thing in the world. It's fun. It's kind of fun when they have to like, no, I'm just indifferent. I don't really care. Okay, now we have Non-Human, Ex-Human, God tier, incredible. As we can see from my bookshelf, I love fantasy romance. It's my favorite genre right now, I would say. I'm really in my fantasy romance era, and there's nothing I want to read besides it. I love when one of them is human and the other one is fairy or paranormal or anything like that. I think it's fun. I like it as well when they turn the person into the non-human thing in the end. I think that's cool. I just really like it. I just like it, okay? I just like it. I'm not very eloquently spoken today. I don't know how to voice my opinions about these things, especially when I really like them. I'm just like, I like it. I don't know what to say. So that's that one. Okay, next up we have Betrayal. That one's going right here in the no thank you. I don't want to read Betrayal. If the character betrays the love interest, then I'm kind of just like, how is this person ever going to trust them again? And it's unrealistic to me. Maybe I just have trust issues, but if somebody betrays me, I will have a really hard time liking them again. Or not even necessarily liking them. You could probably still like them, but trusting them, obviously. It doesn't work for me. It doesn't work for me. I feel like I always then am waiting for them to do it again. Like, it makes it so that I don't trust the character. Now, if that is the intended choice, if that is the goal of the betrayal, that we're supposed to not trust this character, then that's fabulous. But I'm thinking more, they're in a relationship and the person does something wrong, makes a betrayal, spills some secrets, that type of stuff, and then they like, the person forgives them for the betrayal and they get back together and they're supposed to be happy and dandy after that. Yeah, that doesn't work for me. How are you ever gonna be happy and dandy after that? No, I'm never gonna trust you with anything ever again. Like, even if you're the hottest man alive, how am I gonna trust you? No, just no, okay? I said I wouldn't talk too much about each individual one, and here I am blabbermouthing, but Betrayal is a no thank you. Then we have Good Girl, Ex Bad Boy. And then again, for me, I think this is just gonna be a participation award. If it's there, it's there. If it's not there, it's not there. I couldn't care less. It's not anything special for me. If it's there, it's fun. I'll read it occasionally. Next up, we have Friends to Lovers. I love Friends to Lovers. I'm putting it in oh sweet heavens. I love Friends to Lovers when it's in regular romance. I don't really like it that much in fantasy, but I also really don't see it happening that much. I like it in regular romance books. I think it's really cute. It makes it so that there's actually a foundation for their relationship. Like, you can really see them getting to know each other as friends, and they're really compatible usually because they are already friends. And I think it just makes the relationship feel more realistic. Usually when they're friends to lovers, we get to see that friendship beforehand. So we get to see why they like each other. We don't just get told they like each other, which I think is strangers to lovers. It's often very much based off attraction, which is realistic, I guess. But I like it when it's also personality. Like, they already know each other, they're already besties, and then they date. when they have history. Next we have love triangle. No. Love triangle is going in the literal scum of the earth. I hate it. And that's rich coming from me because I have Twilight on my favorite shelves, but it's not really a love triangle, is it? People have already talked about this, that none of the love triangles we consider love triangles are really love triangles. They're like love points or whatever, because usually it's a girl and two guys and the guys aren't in love with each other. But I feel like what it usually is as well is the girl is not in love with one of the guys, she's only in love with the other one, and the guy is in love with the girl. I'm making no sense. The guy is in love with the girl, but the girl's not in love with back. She's clearly in love with the other one, and he just keeps going for it. And I'm kind of just like, dude, get over it and move on. She's clearly not into you. It's never that the girl is actually into both of them, I feel like, and I don't like it. Pick one, move on. I don't like it. It's not for me. Next up, we have injury / protector. So this is like, who did that to you? You know what I mean? Like, they get hurt and they patch them up. Yeah, anyway, oh sweet heavens, yes please, I love it. Actually, is this God tier? No, it's not God tier. It's not quite there, but it's really good. It's almost there. I love it. I just love it. Especially if it's enemies to lovers and then one of them gets hurt and the other one is like, who did that? And let me help you fix it. Yeah, incredible. It's so eloquently spoken. All I have to say is incredible. Apparently it's the only word in my vocabulary. It's just, it makes you feel all like when you read it, you get the butterflies. It's the best feeling ever. It's incredible. Next up, we have they never hated each other. I can already tell you God tier. I love it. I love it when it's like a dual POV and they're supposedly, they hate each other. But like one of them has always loved the other one. And I can't even think of a book off the top of my head right now that has this, but I know I would love it. When like they pretend they hate each other, but it's so clear they're both so into each other and they're just like pining after each other and waiting. Yeah, incredible. Ooh, what is it? The Score? It's the one with Dean Hayward, De Laurentiis, and Ali Hayes. That's this, and it's incredible. It's just so good. It's like they're just like trying to restrain themselves back because they have to uphold this reputation, but then it makes so much pining and it's just fantastic. I love it. Next up, we have Rivals to Lovers. This one for me is gonna be oh sweet heavens. I do enjoy me a good Rivals to Lovers, especially academic Rivals to Lovers. It's kind of the trope that I hope to find in real life at any point in my life, but it probably won't happen because I'm not a book. But if it does happen, that'd be lovely. Please let me know where I can find one of those. So Rivals to Lovers, when they're like academic rivals or like they're running the same competition, one of them has to win. I think that's great. I'm currently reading one actually. I think it's great. I think it's lovely. Rivals to Lovers adds angst, adds spice, really good. Then we have Destined to Be Together / Soulmates. God tier. I'm a little embarrassed to admit that, but God tier. I know when you talk to non-fantasy readers and you bring up the whole their mates or their soulmates or they're like fated together, people look at you a little bit weird. They're like, what is wrong with you? But I love it. It's the idea that you are mated to each other or like your soulmates, so no matter what, that person is for you. Like they are made for you. You know what I mean? I don't know. And the mating bonds are always so cool. I want to be able to talk to someone in my head, and I just think it adds, especially when you have things like waiting for so long to find their mate and then they finally find it and it's like the most incredible thing ever. Now, if it's made insta-lovey, then we don't like, just because they're mated together, they still need to get to know each other, and because they're made for each other, it's gonna be perfect. We know this, but it can't be insta-lovey. We gotta work to get to that relationship point, you know? We gotta work to show us that yes, they should have been mated. They are perfect for each other. We gotta work it to get to that point. We don't just want, oh, they're mated so they're in love, goodbye. No. We gotta work for that love, but because they're mated, it will be perfect. That's what we want. Next, we have hero x villain. I'm gonna put this in participation award. It's fine. It's fun. It doesn't really happen that often because usually if it's hero x villain, the villain turns out not to actually be a villain. Can't really think of any where it's actually hero x villain. Oh, also guys, look at my braid. Isn't it cute? I actually don't know what it looks like from the back, but usually when it's hero x villain, is it really hero x villain? It's fine. It's fine. I'm not gonna read a book because it's hero x villain, and like I said, usually the villain becomes a hero by the end of the book, so then it's kind of defeats the purpose. Like, if I could actually find one where it stays hero x villain and they both stay hero and villain, that would be really good, I think, but I'm yet to find that. So next up we have Chosen One. Again, for me, participation award. Doesn't do much, doesn't do nothing, obviously makes everyone think of Harry Potter, me included, and obviously that's fun and good and dandy. I like it enough. I like it when they're the chosen one and they're not necessarily the biggest or the best or the most incredible, but they're chosen and so they work for it and they get it done. I like that, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be like, oh my god, that book has chosen one trope, let me read it. No, that's never gonna happen. Next up we have best friend's sibling. I'm just sorry, this is really boring, but I'm also putting that in participation award. It's just there. It's fine. If it's there, it's fine. If it's the main focus of the book, probably not gonna be for me because it's not something that really gets me going at all. I think usually though, the sibling, like the best friend reacts so dramatically. Older brother type situation, like if two girls are best friend and she starts dating older brother, they act like they've betrayed them to the worst extent. They shouldn't lie to their best friend and be like, no, I'm not dating your brother. Then it's like, okay, fine, you can be a little upset. I just don't get how big of a deal the person usually makes this. They act like they killed their parents, and they haven't. They're just dating your brother. It's fine. Next up, we have miscommunication. I'm gonna put this in a big fat, yeah, we're gonna put that in the literal scum of the earth. It's the stupidest trope on the planet. Whoever decided that should be a thing can literally get in a hole and never come out of it. Okay, that was a bit aggressive, but it's true. Miscommunication. We all know what it is. It's when the characters refuse to talk to each other. It's when the characters say stupid things because they're trying to protect their feelings. Is it realistic to real life? Probably. Am I reading books because I want to find something realistic to real life? No, not at all. So keep the miscommunication away. Thank you very much. Like, yes, I guess a lot of relationships in like the planet of Earth end because the two people are too scared to talk about their feelings and because they don't know how to communicate. And that's fair and they need to work on that, but it is not an interesting book. It is not interesting at all. It is frustrating and it's stupid and it's the dumbest reasons to keep your characters apart, and I will not stand it. I will not stand it. If I know a book has miscommunication, I will not be reading it because it is dumb and I think it's a cop-out and I don't like it. So now that I've really gotten that off my chest, let's go to the next one, which is when one of the characters is sick and the other one has to take care of them, and this goes in Oh Sweet Heavens. That is a good trope. I really like that. It makes me think immediately from Look Up With Love. Is that what it's called? By Mariana Zapata? I think it's from Look Up With Love. There's a scene where the girl gets sick and he has to take care of her, and they also supposedly hated each other, and it's the cutest thing on the planet. I love it. I think it's great. It gives me the butterflies. Oh Sweet Heavens is the exact place to be putting that one. And then next up, we have age gap. This age gap is gonna go in, I'm debating. I think I'm gonna put it in No Thank You. Why am I putting in No Thank You versus the literal scum of the earth? Thoughts are going on in my brain. I'm trying to think what I think, but I don't know what I'm thinking. Okay, we'll put age gap in No Thank You. I think age gap is just not for me. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's hot. Person is 20 and they're dating a 40-year-old. I'm like, why? Like, why? If it happens in real life, that's their business. I'm not gonna judge their relationship and they can do whatever they want, but I don't want to read about it. No, it's not for me, is basically the case. I understand why some people enjoy it. They have daddy issues. But I don't want to read it. I don't like it. And I also don't think it really adds anything to the story. Like, what is the point of putting the age gap there? Like, what does that do for the plot? I don't know. Then we have trauma, which is just characters that have been overly traumatized to an extreme extent, and I'm gonna go with No Thank You. There is a fine line for this. There is a fine line. Yes, characters need interesting backstories. Characters need trauma because that's how we connect to them. Like, if a character's lived a perfect life, we probably won't feel very attached to them. It's not relatable. It's not. And also in fantasy, where are you gonna find one of those? They're all traumatized like the gods. They're like so ruined, it's not even funny. But I think sometimes it goes too far, and I think that's most of the time the case. Authors just like pack on trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma, where I'm kind of like, and like, I don't know if that's realistic. I don't know, but most of the time I just don't enjoy reading it because I feel icky. Like I don't know. Personally, not a fan. Bless me. And then next up we have pining / slow burn. I think we all know where this is going. God tier. Incredible. Love it. Maybe top 3 tropes. Like literally one of the best things that ever happens in my life is slow burn and pining. I love it. It just makes the ending of the books so much more satisfying. And it's the best part. I love the banter, the tension that it creates between the characters. It's fantastic, especially when the author like feeds you little pieces at a time. Pining is the best part of the book. Once they're together, for me, the story has lost its appeal. I want to read the banter, I want to read the tension, I want to find, you know, and I like it in slow burn. You really get to see why the characters want to be together. I feel like when they get together really early in the book, I'm kind of just like, you don't even know each other, why are you dating? And I guess you get to know each other while you date, but I like it when they already know each other, which I guess is also why I like Friends to Lovers. Pining and slow burn, that really does it for me. I need that. I love that, and I think a lot of fantasy books come with that, which is probably why I like the genre so much. Next up, we have fake dating. I like fake dating. I know a lot of people have mixed opinions on fake dating, but I like it. I put it, oh sweet heavens. I know people say like it's predictable. If they're fake dating, you know they're gonna get together. And like, yeah, but when is there a romance book that we don't know they're gonna get together? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it's predictable, but if you're picking up a romance book, what are you expecting? So I don't mind that it's predictable. I think it's fun. It's a fun way for them to get to know each other. They do like the relationshipy things, but they're not actually dating, but then they get to know each other and they fall in love, and I think it's cute, and I think it's different. It's kind of like Friends to Lovers, but with a twist, and I just enjoy it. Next up, we have the probably most popular trope, overused trope in the entirety of the world, and that is Grumpy Sunshine. Grumpy Sunshine, I'm gonna put in just participation award. I don't hate it, I don't love it. Reverse Grumpy Sunshine, I don't hate it, I don't love it. It's all fine. That's basically what I've said for everything in participation award, but really it's nothing special for me. Next up, we have single parent. No thank you. I would put this in literal scum of the earth, but I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna be nice today. I think I chose peace. This is just a case where it's literally like, it's just not for me. Like, I don't have a good reason as to why I don't like it. I just don't like it. I don't like reading about children. I don't like when there's children in the books that I'm reading. I know a lot of people find it really cute when someone's a single parent and then the other, like the love interest, interacts with the child and they get along together. And like, other people find that fantastic, and that's great for them. I don't want to see the child. Leave the child out of this. I don't enjoy it, and I can't explain why. I just don't. I will never be reading a single parent book. Next up, we have enemies to lovers. Oh sweet heavens. Is there a single person who reads fantasy romance that doesn't like this trope? I don't think so. I don't know where I'd find one of those. I like it, obviously. It's so good. A really good enemies to lovers in a fantasy will always get me. It'll always work. It'll always work. Anyway, so yeah, I really like it in fantasy. In other books, it's probably not great, but that's just execution, I guess. So next up, we have Playboy turned loyal. No thank you. I don't love it. I don't love it. I'd rather my books didn't have this. I understand that it's supposed to be cute because like he's a playboy, but then she comes along and then now he's loyal and she did that and she changed him. No, I don't see that happening in real life. Again, I'm a little bit of a hypocrite because I say all these things like I don't want to read about real life, but then I'm also like, it's unrealistic to real life. I get that, but I get to do what I want because it's my YouTube channel and it's my tier ranking video. So if I want to be hypocritical, I can do that. I just think no, I just don't like it. I'm always like, is he gonna cheat? And it often gives insta lovey vibes because they just like, he sees her and then he's like, that's the one for me. I'm done being a player and now I'm in love. And I don't vibe with that. Okay, next up we have unplanned pregnancy. Literal scum of the earth. I hate nothing more than this trope. I hate it. 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 I will not read a book with this. I did read the one in the off-campus series that has this, and that is the only one I will ever read. If the lady becomes pregnant in a book, I will stop reading. I don't like reading about pregnancy. I don't like listening about it. I don't like having the baby. I don't like seeing the baby. I don't want the child. I don't want any of it. There's not a single part of that trope that brings me any joy, and I refuse to read it. It literally sparked an irrational anger in me, as you can tell. I'm heated right now about this book trope. Like, I should not take this so personally. And maybe later in life, when I'm like a proper adult with like a 26-year-old adult, like that type of vibe, and I'm like in the stage of my life where like supposedly I'm gonna want kids, maybe then then I'll like it. But as of right now, I'd rather walk on Lego than read an unplanned pregnancy or a planned pregnancy or any kind of pregnancy for that matter. Last one that we have, issues. So this is like trust issues, abandonment issues, commitment issues, all the issues that a person could have when entering a relationship, and I like it. I'm gonna put it in Oh Sweet Heavens. I think it's nice. It adds to the book. I like seeing the mental turmoil in the pages, especially if it's dual POV and they both have issues, and then we get to see how they try to overcome them. I think it's nice. I think it's cute. I like reading it. It's a good way to end it off after that stupid unplanned pregnancy. That's it. I've ranked all these tropes. I cannot believe that I literally just talked for an hour straight, like to my phone. Like, that's not normal. That's not normal, is it? Am I losing it? Probably. So yeah, that's all the book tropes that I had ranked today. If you disagree with me, that is a-okay. I do not mind. If my least favorite trope is your favorite trope, then maybe comment down below and try to convince me. I'm always open to hearing suggestions. If you think you have a book that's gonna make my least favorite trope my favorite trope, I'm down to try it. I'm open for new experiences, but I'm just saying, from my experiences, this is how I rank everything and this is how I feel. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, but you don't have to. Do whatever you want. You're a free soul. And then yeah, thanks so much for watching. I hope I'll see you in the next one, and I think I'll put another fun fact on the screen because I can't think of a good thing to say right now, but I know a fun fact will be good. So, fun fact is coming up for you, and I'll see you in the next one.